skydiving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
That would help. Check my audio here. Okay, my audio is good. I'm making some changes on my computer. My mouse needs a new battery. Trying to get to it. There it is. Welcome to Daily Trudge. Please say hello. Thankfully, it was right next to it. Whether watching live or rewatch. Let's just say it. There aren't any rewatchers anymore. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it anymore. All right. All right, stupid mouse. Done with it. Done with the mouse. Let's talk about this. Change. Change, 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 change. Change or die. Hey, Gary, what's up, dude? I did a horrible job of shaving. I got like these two. Right? And of course, I fuck with it all the time because, you know, it's irritating and, you know, I like to irritate myself. So change, and then let's get this to chat. Okay. Do that. So, the first changes that we need to make, obviously, are in ourselves. Which is probably what you thought I was talking about today, but I am, but I'm not. You see, man, everything just kind of went away. I'm just gonna start here. I'm gonna tell you a little story. When I was trying to get sober, see, I knew as an alcoholic that if I went to detox, I would get some help. But I didn't. I was in detox 22 times in 2 years. I shit you not. I'm not kidding. Looking for help, never to get it. Never ever to get it. Thank God I knew about AA. Thank God I knew where to go and what to do, or I don't think I would have made it. Not with the system that we have going on now. It isn't geared towards success. It is geared towards making money. It's a business. So back in the 90s, the way that detoxes used to work was we got paid by success rate. It was the only way that we got paid. What does that mean? That means that we only got paid if people got sober and stayed sober. That's how we got paid. And we were number 7 in the country for recovery. We were kick ass. Colorado was the place to be for recovery. Now we are 48th. Okay. There isn't a state out there that, I mean, I can give some props to Kalamazoo. I think Michigan's kind of on it. Florida, they're trying to make some strides, but there again, what we have is a bunch of normies that are deciding what it is that we need in our lives. And that's just not going to work because they do not understand. So how come I was not getting help when I went to detox this last time? Because there was nobody there to help me. When I worked in detox before, pretty much 90% of the people that worked there were in recovery. Upper management stuff, those people tended to be normies. We needed case managers, we needed nurses, okay? But most of the people that did the talking or did the helping We're the people in recovery. Why? Do I really need to answer that fucking question? Isn't it common knowledge that one alcoholic can help another alcoholic when no one else can? Isn't that something that we just all know? So how come we're not doing it? That's the question. How come we're not doing it? Okay. See, so a lot of these options have been taken from us. So every time I went into that detox looking for help, there wasn't any. I found out their only job was to make sure that I was safe and get me out the door. That was it. Other than that, what they would give you is a piece of paper and say, here's some resources for you. That is not how it used to work. Nope. Nope. When I used to come into work at Detox in the 90s, when I came in, I had what was called a caseload. Okay? That means that I had 5 or 6 people that I needed to work with that day before the end of my shift. And my job was to find out, number one, if they wanted any help. Okay? And about half the time, they did. And I would send them to treatment within about 10 minutes. They were gone. We were done. I got them treatment. That was my job. Okay? I had one guy. I'm going to tell you a story about one particular guy. We're calling him Fred. I don't remember his real name anyway. And Fred had come in a couple times. And Fred was a waste of my time. And I always got Fred. Okay? And Fred had a great way. And I started using it at one point too. When I went back up, what he would say is, I am not willing. He knew the key words. I'm not willing. Anytime you tell another alcoholic you're not willing, you're like, okay, well, if you're not willing, then I can't. And I call bullshit. Bullshit. No, I don't buy that statement. I said, Fred, I get it. You don't want to go to treatment. But can you consider this? Every time you come in and you're not willing, you use up my time when I could be using that to help somebody else. Okay? So if you're not willing, stop coming to detox. I don't want you here no more. Okay? So fine, I won't be back. I said, great, we're going to write a contract. If Fred ends up back in detox within 1 month, he will go to treatment. And he signed it. And I put it in his file. And it was not legit. Now, Ingrid always puts a sunshine thing. I'm not sure who it is. But hi, Facebook user. Good to see you. Right? So guess what? Fred was back. It was like 3-4 days. And guess what? Fred went to treatment. Do you think a normie could have done that? Nope. Oh, hi, Patricia. Should have known. I should have known it was Patricia. I should just have that psychic ability to know. Who else would be here except my friends? Nobody really wants to listen to the things that I say because they're not easy. One day I'll be up at a podium telling people like that. Okay? But the thing is if we don't change, we're going to perish. Okay? It states that in the big book. If we don't come together and have unity, okay? See, the reason trudging together is so important to me, there's one thing that trudging together does really, really well, and that's creates service work. It creates community. It bonds people. That's what it's there for. It's really its only task. And it works very, very well because it's a non-entity. It can be beat upon, right? Just like a big book. You can get frustrated with it when nothing's going to happen, right? The same thing with trudging together. We can utilize it to be able to reach other people as a group. Okay. If I wanted to do this alone, it would say DionMiller.com. It wouldn't be trudging together. See, trudging, we're all going to do that. Trudging is not a bad thing. It doesn't need to be a bad thing. It means it's arduous. It means it's a little difficult. Well, guess what? We're difficult people with difficult problems. So what's the problem? Okay. We got to stop jumping on bandwagons like Jelly Roll. Guy's not even fucking sober. They're interviewing him and he's telling them how it works. He couldn't hack it in one, so he changed. I like some of his music. Okay. I liked it at first, but then you really start to listen to those lyrics and they're just not conducive to actual recovery. What he does talk about, and he's very good at, because he's doing country music, is how bad his life is because of alcohol and drugs. But he's not sober. He's still drinking. He's still smoking pot and stuff. Huh? Is that sober? Is that recovery? Is that recovery? Is that recovery? Doesn't feel like it to me. It does not feel like that. Okay. And you know that I say a lot that we need to go out there and we need to. Sorry, I get blocked sometimes. There is a reading. There is a reading with all this. So let's go to the reading. Except I picked July 3rd instead of June 3rd. Oh, well. We're doing it. Change is a part of the flow of life. You got to be changing. I'm changing right now. I'm a little uncomfortable. Sure I am. You think it's easy to come on here and talk all this and all this knowledge and stuff? No, it's not. Or everybody would be doing it. Sometimes we are frustrated because change seems slow in coming. Sometimes, too, we are resistant to change that seems to have been thrust upon us. Yeah. But I'm dealing with somebody today that just doesn't want to follow direction. It's not how it goes. And it's disrupting me. I'm going to do it anyway. Because things don't always go the way that Dion needs them to go. Okay? I have to think of other people. We must remember that change in and of itself neither binds us nor frees us. Only our attitude toward change binds and frees. So on a personal level, we need to change, because if we don't change our attitudes and adopt a new set, then we will perish. And the same goes for the group. If it does not grow, it will perish. I'm watching several Zoom meetings starting to perish because the primary purpose has disappeared. As we learn to flow with the stream of life, praying for guidance about any change that presents itself, praying also for guidance if we want to make a change and none seems in view. We become willing. Am I willing to let God take charge? directing me in the changes I should make and the actions I should take. Are we willing to start newcomers groups? Are we willing to take a look at some of the things that are going on in our society? And are we willing to make a personal change, maybe make some sacrifice of time in our own community? You know, for me, this is the way that I see it. Yes, I reach people all over the world, but my job is in my community. And there are alcoholics in every, you know what? Fuck alcoholics. There's people in every community, and everybody needs my help. They all need my help. It's okay. It doesn't mean I'm bigger, better, or any different from them. It just means I'm in a different phase of my life. And I worked very hard to get here. And because I've done that, and because I have that experience, you can't take it away from me. It's fact. It's happened. Including my sobriety. My 7 years is a fact. And that's what it is. Okay? Now, why is that a good fact? Because I couldn't do it before. I couldn't even go 10 minutes on my own without taking a drink. I did not have that option. It was not a choice in my life. But God made it possible for me to have that choice. Yep. You think I haven't been offered a drink? Sure I have. And I've said no. They didn't know I was alcoholic. They don't need to know I'm an alcoholic. I'm just allowed to say no. And I tell you what, nobody's ever given me crap about not drinking. Because I tell them, if you don't want to see me drunk, okay, I will tear you up. I will tear you up. You will be crying and you will hate me by the end of the night because I don't like you. Not when I'm drinking. I don't like anybody when I'm drinking. I just turn into that what instant asshole, just add alcohol. That's me. You know what? That was me. I'm not that person anymore. So, but for the grace of God, that'll go with it. When changes come too fast or not fast enough for me, everybody here knows everybody here already knows what I think about time. We already know it. So, delayed gratification. Oh, it's not here yet? Okay. You're learning patience. And you're going to need to learn patience. You really do. Patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. That's what we need to. You know what that is? It's the 12 principles put into 5 words so you can do it. Okay? And we must be that at all times. Why? Because God has asked us to. He has graced us with it. And now he's asking you to use it. He gave you a gift. Now use it. There's nothing worse than an unwanted or an unused gift. Especially when it was something you asked for. I pray I can adjust accordingly to make use of the freedom of the program offers to me. I pray for the guidance of my higher power when change presents itself, or when it doesn't, I wish it would. May I listen for direction from that higher power. Today, I'll remember God is in charge. I've got, so Bobby and Mandy, and their podcast, which is going really good. I'm very proud of them. We were doing it on Sundays and they couldn't do it anymore that day. Some things had changed in their lives. Well, I can move my schedule around a little bit in order to fit that need, right? And I did that, you know. But when it comes down to it, they paid me. So I feel like I'm a little bit at their disposal. Okay. They're just paying for their part. You know, I don't make any money off of it. But, you know, and at the end, Bobby thanked me for changing my time. That's what we're talking about. You got to be able to make those little moves. I've had to lately. With all the people coming in and out of this house and my PTSD and my anxiety, whoo, I've had to change a little bit. Because it is not up to them to tiptoe around my feelings. That's not their job. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.